Well, hey there, church. Pastor Sean coming to you here from my office on this Trinity Minute for the week of, it's already November 25th. Our videos coming out a bit later this week. I trust you understand why, with all the things that have gone on in the last 24 hours, in the last week or so too here. So I trust you're tuning in for one thing, and let me tell you what's going on here. First, this weekend, we are starting our Advent series. It is the first Sunday of Advent this weekend, and we are starting our series called Christmas Isn't Cancelled. How many things have we lost this year due to restrictions and shutdowns and everything going on? But listen, Christmas isn't canceled. Our text for this weekend is going to be Isaiah 9, 2-7. And in this passage, we're going to find waiting. We're going to find light and darkness, which we've also been talking about through the Gospel of John, haven't we? We're going to talk about hope, and we're going to talk about Jesus. So we are starting our Advent series, Christmas Isn't Cancelled, this Sunday at 10:30. Along with that comes, this is the news you've all been waiting for, that we are going to be online only for the next few weeks. So we're not going to have in-person gatherings. We'll be online only. A couple of reasons why we're making this decision and moving this way. In the town of Canmore, our cases are going up. We've been added to the enhanced zone for the first time. And in light of yesterday's announcement by the Premier, we have the ability to gather, but he did say that we are encouraged to gather online. And so, listen, the whole time, this whole journey through this pandemic since we started back in March, we have tried to act as a church on the spirit of the guidelines, not necessarily just the letter of the law. And that's been the decision that we've made as a church and as elders. We want to be good neighbors. We want to be good community citizens. And if we understand that this latest set of restrictions is to help limit the places where people interact socially, then we're going to lean into that. Let me be as well really clear, because I know I've been online far too much in the last 24 hours, and there are so many varying views and ideas of what is right, what is wrong, what we should have done, what we shouldn't have done, all these sorts of things. I'm not saying that we're getting it right here, but we're not saying that this is the only way that churches should be operating. But what we are doing, and we gathered as elders this morning, and I was on the phone with other pastors and trying to collect as much information as we could as well. What we are doing is our best to be wise. And I really appreciate speaking with Greg at Banff Park Church this morning. That was kind of his line that I've stolen. So Greg, I'll give you credit. We're not saying what we're doing is the way, is the only right way, but we're doing our best to be wise. So again, this weekend and the following weeks, we'll be online only, 10:30 at live.trinitycanmore.com. We'll also stream live to our Facebook page and to our YouTube channel as well. In light of only being online, we will reopen our virtual foyer following the services. So that link will be dropped in the chat of those online places. There will be a link on our website for that as well. And so even though we can't gather in person, and one of the things that has been great is to be able to connect eyeball to eyeball with people following the services, masked of course, but we do still want to be able to connect online. And so we will reopen our virtual foyer following the services. That's the big news. I'm sure that's what you were expecting to hear or tuned in to hear where we were going to go with that. A couple of things that I do want to mention as well, sort of in light of that. One thing that our Right Now media has been doing, and this is sort of a new, they're beta testing this feature on Right Now media, is groups. And so what that means is if you log into your Right Now media account, which you can find and sign up for on our website, you can actually present their videos to other members of Right Now Media online, and you can walk through their stuff together. So even though we can't gather, that might be a great option to do with some neighbors, some friends, via computer, of course. One series that just came out that I'm really interested in checking out, and I'll try and make it obvious in our Trinity Bible Church channel on Right Now Media, is the new Advent series by J.D. Greer. I've listened to his teaching a lot over the years. I've read a bunch of his stuff. I really appreciate him. So I'm looking forward to what he has to say about Advent. The last thing I do want to mention is Kay is hosting virtually our Surviving the Holidays gathering again this year. There'll be a link to that on our website, so check that out. It'll be in our Trinity Directions as well, which will come out tomorrow as usual, Thursday at 10 o'clock, and that will be linked to our Facebook page as well. Listen, guys, that was not a decision made lightly. There's so much going on. I do want to highlight, I love the name of the series that we're using, that Christmas Isn't Canceled. It's going to be different, no question about that. But the meaning of Christmas is still just as much alive and filled with hope and meaning as it always has. So look forward to being together virtually this weekend and the next couple of weeks, and look forward to being together in person again a few weeks down the road.